What's up, guys? Welcome back to another action-packed episode here on AC Desigsn Garage. I may sound a little bit different because when the leaves start falling, so does my voice. I got bad allergies, but we're gonna fight through it. We're still gonna get you guys a video out. I'm here for y'all, so we're just gonna fight through it. We're gonna get it done. Today we got a super cool one today, and it's like everything, when it falls apart, it falls apart. But anyway, we're gonna be doing the Turbo Red, the good old, it's been so long, Gloss Sunrise Red. Well, for some reason this thing decided it wanted to jump off the shelf and bust the end of it, and now it will not spray. We're gonna put the old Turbo Red in a paint gun. We'll add a little bit of gold pearl to it, but we're gonna actually add it to the color this time instead of the clear, so maybe we'll get a little bit better job on it. Then we're gonna clear it and see how she turns out. But right now, y'all know what color this door is. It's the gorgeous yall that we done a few weeks ago. This was from the turbo can. But if you look at it, she does got a lot of peel in there. See how she's dancing off the light right there? That's how you look at this stuff, guys. You just don't look at the whole general area. Follow your lights and just keep your eyes on those lights and you'll see how it's dancing around. It's got a good bit of peel in it. So normally I would hand sand this, and for you guys that don't have a DA, you're gonna have to, but today I just don't feel that great, and the faster I can get this done and give y'all a good video that y'all might learn something from, the better. So today I'm gonna use a DA, the old dual action sander with the interface, little squishy interface pad on the bottom, and we're gonna be using some 600 wet. I'm just gonna, instead of making a big old sloppy mess, we're just gonna got some regular old water here in the water bottle. Right here's everything we're gonna be using today. I know it looks like a lot, but I got a couple things I want to tell you about. But yeah, we're gonna be using some water, our good old sprayway. This is our pearl here. Now you're probably not gonna want to buy none of this. This is that goes on mixing banks. It's ridiculously expensive, but I'll link some of that eye candy in there. It works pretty good. I'm gonna try to make this something y'all can replicate, so I got some of these cool little measuring devices, and I'm gonna tell you how much I put to however many ounces we get this can here. Our friends over at Super Clean are doing a giveaway for you guys. Y'all ain't got to buy nothing, you ain't got to do nothing, but I'm gonna tell y'all the information at the end of the video, so just stomach through my bass voice here to the end of the video, and I'm gonna tell you how y'all can enter to win that thing. We're just gonna choose somebody randomly, and you must live in the US and have a US address. They're not shipping out of the country. That's just what they told me to tell you. But like I said, they didn't pay me to do nothing. They work with us all the time, and we give this stuff away, and they send me stuff here to help the channel, and I love her stuff. So make sure you stay tuned to the end. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna start using a little more of this stuff here for stuff that sits outside, and we're gonna clean it up and degrease it because it's a mild degreaser. It's not bad potent, it's easy to work with, and it does a good job. Yeah, guys, also we're going to be using the old Shake Master 4000 like we always do, and I wanted to show you guys why you need to shake this stuff good. Most guys are like me. Before we had the old Shake Master, we'd shake it till you hear the little marbles down in the bottom loosen up and you're done. Well, that's not shaking it. Let me show you how bad this stuff separates. Now this is actual Rustoleum set a day. Look at that. Whoa, look at that. It's crazy right there. Yeah, look at that liquid right there. I mean, that's how much that stuff separates. See, that stuff got a blob. Ugh. Remember that old slime you used to get out of them 25-cent machines? I tell you how old I am. We used to get them out of the quarter machines, had the slime. That's what that stuff looks like. Yeah, if you shake it up good, this is the cherry, but it goes back together pretty good, but you got to give it a good shake, and that's what this right here does. 3,000 shakes a minute. You don't have to wear your arm out, and you'll get good mixture, and that's what you're gonna need on here. Also, we're gonna be using our good old motor guard block. I'm probably just gonna use this for a squeegee today on the door, because what we're gonna do today is we're gonna DA this door down. We're just basically gonna make it flat, get rid of the peel, and we're gonna shoot some red Rustoleum right over top of it with the pearl in it. Then we're gonna go back to our, put about 2 or 3 coats of clear on it, and depends how it turns out. We may cut and buff it next week. Depends how y'all want to drop down the comments if that's something you want to see, or I'll just sand it again next week, do another color. It's just totally up to you guys. So I think that's everything, and I'll drop links to all this stuff in the description box below. There's a little area at the bottom corner of your screen, looks like a little V. You can click on that. That drops the screen down, and that's your description. It's where I tell about it, but I'll link all these products in there, and it don't cost you guys any extra. and I make a wee little bit of money off of certain qualified purchases. Trust me guys, it ain't much, but it does help the channel and I do appreciate it. Need some strainers. Always strain your paint. I need to get me some more stir sticks. Good mixing cup. What we're going to use the mixing cup for is basically to drain the old Rustoleum here where it fell off the shelf and busted. We're going to check it, and then once we know all the stuff's out of it, you can take well, this is what I use. You just take a center punch and knock you a hole in right there, but make sure you drain all the pressure off of it because it can be dangerous. So do this at your own risk. I'm not telling you how to do this, I'm just showing you what I do. But yeah, you can take this thing, you can just take the lid off, put it against the side of it and drain the pressure off, and then you can knock you a hole in it. However, that way you know all the pressure's gone, because the contents are under pressure and this can be dangerous. Then we're basically going to pour this all in here. There's a bunch of paint in this mug right here. It says 24 ounces. So it'll be up to here. Then we're gonna mix our pearl and all that in. I got my old solder jet. I got my Harbor Freight one. I just hadn't put it together yet. Excuse me. Hadn't put it together yet, so we're just gonna be using the solder jet to spray it. But I think this is gonna turn out pretty rad. This will give you all different ways. You can add different pearls to get different shift effects, but putting it into the, I call it base coat. If you want to call it base coat, this is the Rustoleum Turbo. But putting it in there and mixing it up, it'll be a little better on distributing and getting it to lay down a little bit better. But as you can see how dirty this door is, that's why we are breaking out the good old super clean on here. So I'm going to go over this thing and lightly mist it. And basically what this will do, if this was bad greasy, we'd just hog down and spray on it. But I'm just going to lightly just put a light mist of water all over it. And then we're going to put our good old super duper clean. I've used this stuff for probably 15-20 years and this stuff works great. I just like it. Like I said, they ain't paying me to say that. They just sent this out and they said that they gonna send y'all some out for Thanksgiving. So we're gonna take this right here and we're just gonna mist it over it just to make sure there ain't no armor all, because it's been sitting outside and we've been cleaning cars and all that stuff. And see, it gets a good saturation on there, and we'll come back and use the old Scotch shoppy towels and scrub her down and rinse her off, and she'll be good to go. Because you never want to start grinding that paint in with sandpaper, because it'll put it down in it and you never can get it out. It just grinds that grease or grit or whatever you got down in it. That way you ain't giving yourself any troubles that you don't need, because if you like me, you get all kind of trouble. All right, it'd be better if you had a water hose, but it's cold outside. So that right there, now we're gonna soak her down pretty good, get all the super duper clean off there. Like I said, we're gonna list at the end so you guys know how to enter to win this. No purchase is necessary, you just need to watch the video. And also go on to, I'll list them down below, go on to Super Clean Social and tell them thank you for thinking about you guys and want to give you this stuff. This stuff's great. Anything free is for me. Now you're gonna get her one more time. Then I'll come back one more time. Like I said, if you had a water hose, you just rinse it off. But I'm gonna come back and hose it down with water one more time, then I'm gonna squeegee it off. And then we'll be good to go. A little straighter stream on that thing. If it wasn't so nasty, I wouldn't be saturating it as much, but she's pretty nasty. We want it good and clean. One of my favorite hot rod builders of all time was Boyd Coggington. When I was growing up in middle school, and that was loud, and stuff like that, everybody had their heroes, their baseball players, and Michael Jordan and all this stuff. Well, my heroes back then was Boyd Coggington and Little John Butura and all these guys from back in the day building hot rods, because I didn't watch sports. Daddy didn't watch sports. We went to hot rod shows and stuff, and that's what I did from I was 6 months old till now, and I'm a little older than 6 months old. Yep, we got to wash it. If it hits the ground, you gotta wash it. Some more. Give it a little rinse off. That'll be good. We'll set her up here to dry. All right, she's good and dried off, and she's ready to start sanding. But back to the Boyd story before I went squirrel. I'm sorry, I go squirrel bad anyway, but when I'm not feeling great, I really go squirrel. So y'all just have to forgive me for going off left field somewhere. Anyway, where I was going with that, Boyd, when he used to paint his Boyd red, which was a very bright, gorgeous red, they'd always spray the yellow down first, to where, you know, red's kind of transparent, so the yellow's gonna make it pop. So we're gonna get the Boyd effect off this. This thing should be close to Boyd red when we're done. So yeah, we got her good and clean with the old Super Clean. Thank you, Super Clean, for sending that stuff out. We got her ready to go. She's squeaky clean now. We're gonna load up the old 600 on the DA sander here and start sanding. I'll give you some points and tips and tricks along the way, so let's get at it. All right, what we're gonna do, this area up here, this frame, we're gonna come back. I forgot to lay it out. I'll add it in the description box below. But we're gonna probably use red Scotch-Brite on this because it's got a lot of hard edges, like right in here. We're not gonna concentrate on these edges because you will cut through. And a lot of these lighter colors like red, yellow, orange, stuff like that, it takes forever if you cut through to cover it. You may have to prime it and stuff, so we're gonna try not to do that. There should be enough clear on this. We're gonna go in here and basically run all we can, but just be careful around these edges. If you can have any sharp edges, you can also run a little piece of tape over them to keep you safe, and then come back and run across it, because it all needs to be scratched, but you can run across with Scotch-Brite. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna wet this thing down. I got our 600 on here. This is the good old Hook It, the Velcro. I like this stuff. The little interface pad, and we're just gonna basically get rid of the orange peel. We're gonna work a little spot at a time, just overlapping. Man, I'm starting to wear out already. Whew, don't take long. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wipe this down real quick. Yes, booger. Might be a booger, I don't know. We're gonna see. We got all our peel. All the peel gone, or the majority of it. What that is. A little bit of trash right there. Yeah, it's not bad. We're gonna go over one real quick time. It don't take long with this 600. Alright, get some of this sludgy ludge off here. Water on there. See, this ain't nothing but clear, guys. That is this clear slime. I like these blocks here because they're soft, they can form, but they make good squeegees too. I think a lot of you guys from the kind comments and stuff, a lot of you guys are doing some rad paint jobs. A lot of you are sending them to my ACDG merch email, getting to see and interact with you guys and look at all the cool paint jobs y'all cranking out. It's just amazing. A lot of you guys are saying you've never painted before and you watched the videos and they helped you, and I appreciate that because you're the reason I'm down here right now doing this because I see a lot of you guys, you know, punching fear in the face and jumping in there and sanding. It's just paint, guys. Don't be scared of it. It may cost you a little work if you mess up, but that's how you learn. All right, now if this is a show car, we'd probably do it a little slicker than this. But let's take a gander at her. It's still a little peel. Up here's where you really want your take care of your peel. This area right here, because that's where it's gonna light's gonna catch it. And there's a few in here. So let's go over this again real quick. This upper section. We'll hit this bottom and hand do the top, and she'll be done. A little more agua up here. All right, let's do this bottom same way. Should be it all but the Scotch-Brite. We'll get her wiped down, make sure everything's good, and then we'll go eat a bean. Get her squeegee it off. If y'all can hear that, that's not rain, that's leaves hitting the shop. They're falling out there for sure. Yeah, let me let that dry. I'm gonna go grab the Scotch-Brite real quick. All right, we're just using the regular old burgundy Scotch-Brite 3M stuff. We buy this stuff by the box. I just tear off what I need. You can wet or dry sand this. I like to dry sand it. I mean, if you can, it don't matter. I can just see what I've done. But you don't want to hog. You just want to get down these little crevasses right here. Because if you ever have any peeling, it's going to be where you come in here and skimped. And if there's not a scratch on there, it ain't going to hold. It's going to come off. So you make sure everything's good and has a tooth to bite to or a handle to hold on to. Basically is what it is. So get up in these little crevasses, ditches, and get right there in that corner with the edge up with your thumb. Down here at the bottoms and around, you ain't got a hog on it and, you know, try to strip it. We're just trying to get it scratched up enough that the paint will stick to it. This is like a, I think these are around 400 grit or so. 400 or 500, I'm not 100% sure on them. They have the gray ones. The gray ones are lighter. These burgundy or red or whatever you want to call them, they're pretty good to have on hand. And it gives a good scuff. I use it on my edges a lot. Good and dried off. We'll get our good old sprayway glass cleaner and wipe her down. That's like a post cleaner. That super clean's kind of like a pre-clean where you get all the grease and grime off, and the sprayway is like a post clean. We're gonna make sure we got this good and dry because I want to see if there's any more. And you can use this to touch up if you got any shiny spots on here. So I'm probably just gonna wash over it real quick, especially in these areas here. It's got the dips and ditches and stuff. Ain't gonna hurt nothing to just Slightly wash over it. Like I said, you can wet sand with these two, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. Yeah. It's looking good. Good as snuff, not as dusty. Let's get the old spray away and get that ready. This stuff here, I just love this stuff. I go through so much of this stuff. It just works great. We're just gonna, in here in the shop, you know, it don't go away, so we can go ahead and saturate the whole thing and let it just soak just for a second. With outside winds blowing like 13 mile an hour, and we'll have to time painting this just right. But I will say, I did order one of them canvas paint boost things from Amazon. It's kind of like they're similar to the Harbor Freight temporary car shed things. This is actually a paint booth. And we're gonna put it up and try it out. I wanted to show you guys something. You know, not everybody can afford a big old expensive paint booth, neither can I. And it's starting to get cold, we're gonna have somewhere to paint. So we're gonna get that thing. I'll show putting it up. We'll try her out. She's a 14.5 foot wide, 26 foot long, 10 foot tall. We ought to be able to paint the Suburban in there, my 3/4 ton Chevrolet truck, all kind of stuff. I'm excited about that. That's supposed to be here sometime. It wasn't nothing sponsored. I bought it and paid for it. And we'll go over a cost and everything like that in the video. It should be coming up next couple weeks. Sure enough, that's looking good. Red with gold pearls, gorgeous. Well, the company's still around. It's Auto Air Colors. They used to make a color, and I don't know if they still make it, called Rockstar Red, and it was a red with gold pearl in it. That was one of my favorite colors. Man, it hit, it popped, it looked killer. So we're gonna call our Sunrise Red Gold Pearl, whatever you gonna call it. But anyhow, all right, guys, let's get her all shipped all up, mixed up here. So we got all them pretty red pigments all incorporated. You just load that unit in like that. Twist this little thing, hog down on it pretty good, because these turbos are pretty heavy. And if you want to use one of these rad heirloom tools for your grandkids to have, and their grandkids, make sure you head on over to www.acdesignsgarage.com. That's the only place you can get them. Also, Richard's 112 hats and his Death Before Electric, AC Design shirts. We appreciate it. That's pretty good, guys. Unload this thing real quick. We're going to check it for pressure here in this cup. Not sure. Like I said, the cap come off of it. It busted, hit the floor. Get my glove on. Still got a little bit in it. All right, guys. We got all the propellants out of it. It about all leaked out when it hit the ground. I just wanted to check it, so we checked it. We leaned it up against here and the other one I got it because it had a lot of goulash in it, so we put it over there. So there's no propellant left in it. We knew that for sure by testing it. Now you can hit it. And this will give you a big enough hole to pour out of. See, there's no propellant in that at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour it through a strainer. Now that we got a big enough hole up here on this part here, we're gonna empty this thing and actually see how much paint's in here. Now you gotta remember, especially with spraying with a gun, this stuff here is thin. I should have poked another hole back here just for where it'll get air and it'll pour a lot better. I'll just leave it like this. There's a good bit of paint in these things. gracious. This thing got a cord in it. I know it's got a bunch of paint in it. Got a bunch of propellant in it too if this thing was full. That's why I say you can hold these things. This one's broke. I couldn't do it this way. But you can hold these things against the edge and throw a towel over them and empty them. But I mean, I'm having it cut. Man, look at all that paint's in that thing. Good gravy. We may cut this one open and get the marbles out of it. The turbo can's got 2 marbles in them. I think that's it right there, guys. We got, let's see how many ounces we got here. All right, it's about 21 ounces. So how much y'all think pearl we should put in this stuff? Let me take this over here. I need a trash can nearby. So let's get our stir stick. How thin? This stuff's thin, guys. It's thin. So when we're spraying this, we're gonna drop back and probably do drop coats on it. We got 1.4 tip in that gun. A 1.2 would probably be better for this. So let's get the pearl mixed up in here. So we got 21 ounces. So I'm gonna say with 21 ounces, we're gonna go with a half a tablespoon. Now I really want to put a tablespoon in it. Let's go for the gusto. 1 tablespoon to 21 ounces. Good old pearly pearl. Get it good even paloop. And mix that up. So 1 tablespoon to 21 ounces. We'll take it out there and find us a spot in the sunshine and see how this looks. It may need more, I don't know. All right. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons. Let's get real froggy. There's 1 more tablespoon. That's all we're gonna put. Now let's get this mixed up in here. We want this stuff to kapow pop. All right, we're going crazy. 3 tablespoons. That's gonna creep up to it. That's all I'm putting. 3 for Dale. I should have known 3 for Dale. I don't know what I was thinking. Get it stirred up in there. That'll give her some flippy floppy. I keep going out there testing it, but I want you guys to see it. We're gonna take y'all out here in a second. Got to go out here and find some sunshine so we can see if this is good enough or not. Ooh, she's popping pretty good, guys. Oh yeah, I don't know how good y'all can see that on there. Got some pearly pearl. Yeah, she got pearl in her. She gonna pop, so let's get in here in the gun. We'll start to spray it. Alright, we're gonna get the respirator out. 3M. These are organic vapor respirators that are made for paint. Putting my old glass safety glasses on because I can actually wipe these off with lacquer thinner. Alright guys, it's the next day. I lost sunlight out there right before we started to spray it, and I want you guys to really see this pearl in this paint, so figured I'd just wait till the next day. I think my voice is worse, so I may have to end up going to the old doctor. I don't know. We'll see. But anyhow, I will show you guys. This paint was stirred up yesterday. We left it down here at 2 o'clock yesterday, and I went up to the house because it started getting, well, the sun started going behind trees. I'll show you how much this stuff separates in a few hours. You see that? That stuff has separated that much in that amount of time. Is that not crazy? That's more of a reason to get you one of these nice rad Shakemaster 4000s, because you can eliminate this process real easy. All right, I'll take this lid off. Show you how much that stuff separates. Is that not crazy? And we'll make sure we get our pearl nice and stirred up in here, because this is all we have, so I'm gonna have to try to make it work. So I hope it's not gonna be too light. This ought to be enough to paint it, especially over at yall. It should cover pretty good, but we'll see. I'm gonna cut the air pressure down a little bit. We're probably gonna run about 20, that's HVLP. We'll probably run 25, 28 PSI or something. We're gonna try not to put it on too heavy, but we don't want a whole lot of overspray before we're wasting the paint, because this is all we have. Yes, sir. Alrighty. I'm gonna take the lid off. It's got pearl in it, but these, I can't remember what micron. I said 100 on these, but I'm not sure if they're 100. They got pretty big holes. We're just trying to keep the bad stuff out, like the big old chunky monkey stuff. So I'll make sure it's stirred up real good. Always strain your paint, guys. It's just a good, safe protocol, unless you're doing like heavy flake or something like that. There may be some left over, and if they are, we'll put that little lid back on it. Put our cap on. Grab some tape real quick. So just to be safe, I like to tape these lids on these old things. These old caps, sometimes they get to where they don't seal good, so it just keeps you from having to move, and then put your little tag end on it like that right there, where you can pull it off real easy. And I just do that. And also up here where the breather is, I'll take it, I'm gonna do that, but it's hard for you to see why I'm doing it. I'm just gonna take a little piece of Scotch shop towel and just tape around like this, kind of make a little filter where it won't come off. I'll show you what it looks like. Like that right there. Make a little safety filter. Alright guys, let's get our gun set up. This is my fan pattern. Turn it all the way back, it's a point. You turn it all the way forward, it's wide open. Let's see how she does. I think that's pretty good right there. See, this whole thing leaking. I even taped it and it's still leaking. Oh well. Hey, if you notice, we're doing a 75% overlap. We're just a real tight overlap on it. Guys, that's first coat on her right there, looking pretty good. I was only about half trigger, trying not to put too much, but kind of nice that's laying down. No bunch of peel. We'll come back on the second or third coat. Probably third coat, we'll put it on fairly wet and then we'll come back and clear it. But yeah, covered pretty good. It's going, I think it's gonna pop really good too. Can't hardly see the pearl in it yet. Yeah, you get the right angle, you can. I think that's gonna look really cool. Well, we're gonna let her tack for a few minutes till it's just barely sticky. We'll go back here and check it. All right, guys, I turned a little angle here so it ain't blowing the overspray right back in my face. Just saying, you know, on these guns here, the more you pull, the more paint it puts. But, you know, I was trying to spray it kind of dry because I know we're going to put a clear coat on it. And to make sure after this sets, you know, shake this real good. It's got that pearl and that pearl will settle. So, all right, here we go. Number 2 coat. Take y'all along for the ride so y'all can see how we're overlapping it. All right, that pearl's starting to pop now. Yes, sir. All right, guys, I've shook it up real good. Make sure the pearls, you know, float. Like I said, it'll drop down. So we're gonna put a slow down just a little bit, still put a 75% overlap, and just put this one last coat on here. I think she'll be ready for clear. I'm gonna turn the air pressure up just a tick more. Let's say, guys, this stuff's laying down with no peel. Looking good, looking good. I think that's enough color because we're basically treating this like a base coat. So I'm gonna look around. I think it's good enough. Covers that yellow good. I told y'all to make that red pop. All right, let's go see how much paint we got left. I think that's enough. Turn it into the shadow a little bit so I can check the pearl. It's got a good bit of pearl in it, so yeah, we'll notice it when it stupid bugs. That's a good thing when it's not soppy wet like this, because it's probably already dry. Yeah, it's already dry. It's ready for clear coat. When you put it through like this, and like I said, I ain't got my air pressure up much, you can hear it. You can see right here where it's at. It's on almost the last mark, 'cause that's wide open and it was almost on the last mark. So you can just play with it, guys. The numbers is just something to go by, but I got, like I said, it's right there on the last mark. That's probably 25 psi, fans wide open on it. And I was just varying the trigger. I didn't have it pulled wide open. You can just watch it as it goes. You don't have to wet it out. If you're gonna clear this, guys, you don't have to wet it out like you would if you're just gonna leave it where it be shiny. It could be like it's just a little dry looking, not real dry, but just a little dry looking, because the clear is gonna pop it right back up. No peel. This thing shouldn't even need cutting and buffing, but we're gonna use the 2K Spray Max can on it because I don't feel like cleaning this gun up twice. And I'm gonna let you know how to win some of that free super clean, so y'all can be cleaning y'all stuff up for free. All right, guys, we're gonna see how much we got left here, which is a good bit. We're gonna save this, and it'll save, like I said, it just separates a little bit, but let me get y'all where y'all can see. Let's see how much is left here. And one thing to remember is you can't clean these up with lacquer thinner. Lacquer thinner and this oil-based stuff will just clot it up. We're going to use acetone. So we had, go ahead and pour. Now that acetone is not cheap, I will say that, but it does work good. Throw that on the floor. Put this over here. I'm gonna get some in here. While we're yakking that way, I know it'll start breaking it down. There's some old. Put that in. Oh, now I see why my gun's leaking. It's been dropped. See how the top goes down like that? That's why she's leaking. I guess I'm about to change over my 50-year-old solder jet here. So, let's see how much we got here. There's 10 ounces left. So we use 10 ounces of paint basically to paint that door. 3 coats on that door, 10 ounces. Which is not bad. I mean, that's basically about half a can. No peel. I'll tell you guys, this may be the way to go. Let me slosh a little of this around. Yeah, it's coming out of that right there. See where it looks like a smiley face? Right there. I'm gonna slosh this. I'm gonna always keep your slop cut. We'll just run this stuff through here. All right. Yeah, guys, 10 ounces is all we use. So I think we had 22 ounces in there. Can. That way, if we need to remix it, we can. So that's what we got. Sunrise Red Turbo, 3 teaspoons, Gold Pearl to full can. So we can redo that if we need to. All right, guys, we're gonna take the gun apart real quick and let her soak. Got the main out of it. That's $15 right there. Yeah, that's where them other cups and stuff work better, guys. But what we're gonna do is I got the inside just kind of, you know, vaguely wiped out. I'm gonna put this down in there, let it soak for a minute. Take the air cap off, I guess that's what you call it. And we're gonna take the needle out. Drop that down in there. Then we're gonna get the old tip off of it. And we're getting ready to go out there and clear. I don't want to get all this soaking while we're clearing. Take the tip out of it. And we're just gonna let it sit down in there and marinate for a while. We'll take this out. Clean that up real quick because it's gonna be sitting out. But all this stuff right here, everything with that spring and stuff, unless it gets dirtied up or something, I don't usually mess with it. But we are gonna clean the cup up real quick. They give me a hammer and dolly or something on that thing, see if I can get it fixed. But yeah, it's got a little. I think I could probably set it down like that and hammer it down. I don't know. I really don't like running this Rustoleum stuff through my really good gun. This is a good gun, but it's wore out. And I don't mind it, but like my real good guns, I use like clear coat and like my base coat and stuff. I don't like to run that stuff through it because it's hard to get out. So I got a really good gun for my expensive paints, and then I got decent guns like these Harbor Freight guns and stuff. Work great for the stuff like this, and if you clean it good, most of the time you can get all this stuff out. Especially this acetone, it don't play, it'll melt that mess right out of there. All right, guys, we're gonna get ready to go do the 2K clear here. The Glamour gloss clear, they make this in a matte also. This stuff's really rad, it works really good. I shake it up a little bit before I do this just to get it mixed around, but you take your little red cap off right there. And you just place it on the bottom, and basically all you're doing is puncturing the catalyst, and the catalyst goes in there and makes it 2K, just like it is a regular automotive clear. So you just set that thing on there, just push it down. And once it busts that, then you know what we're about to do. We're going to put it in the Shake Master 4000 to make sure that she is thoroughly mixed. We want all that catalyst mixed in real good, like it's clear. Put it on there, hog her down good. Give her about 3,000 shakes a minute. She good and shook. We'll go out there and check that real quick. I know it's ready, but I'm gonna show you how to check it. And you need to be wearing respirator at all times, especially when you're using this. Anything that's got isocyanates in it, that stuff is not good for you. I really want a fresh air hood. And if I can keep getting enough views, because they're pretty expensive, I'm gonna get me one. But anyhow, so let's walk out here and check this unit. Alrighty. Yeah, she good and shook all up, ready to go. We're probably gonna do 3 coats. That's about what it'll take to get good coverage. We're gonna frame it out first. We're gonna go around it, and then I'm gonna come down and just give it a good even. Look at these dumb bugs here. Let me get my air hose and blow these monkeys off here. Yeah, I think that's all of them. We'll hang it here in case we gotta use it again. All right, guys, I'm gonna put the mask up. We're gonna frame it out like I said, do one good medium wet coat, then let her tack. Oh, let me show you real quick. Notice there ain't nothing on my, get back here on the back, still nothing, so we're ready to go. Oh yeah, I forgot. Unless you want that thing to spit and sputter because your glove hangs over the end, don't wear a glove on this hand unless you can figure out how to do it. Bug alert. Here you go. All right. Get around back up real quick. This one's a good wet coat. Alrighty. Yeah, we'll let that go. That used about a quarter can. We'll let that tack. Go out there and blow some more bugs off, but she is looking pretty fine out there. Yeah, you notice I went over it twice, and you're gonna be like, that's a lot of paint you putting on there, but really this thing sprays so fine that it's really not that much paint. Because even me going slow the first time, it was still a kind of a dry look. So by going over the second time, it's kind of like one coat with a spray gun. Sorry guys, I'm out of breath. This cold's about to whoop me. But anyway, we'll let that tack. Probably gonna put another double coat on it. Maybe total of 3 double coats like that. We'll see how it lays down. But we're doing a 75% overlap, so if it sprays this wide, we're dropping down no more than that. Doing no more than that. Just that way we got a bunch of layers, that way you don't get lines. But yeah, guys, did you see how non-peely that was? That goes to show you, I don't know, in the cans maybe it does help if I've tried heating them up to get a job like this. I mean, this is turbo paint, and look at that sparkle. Sparkleicious. I don't know how good you guys can see it, but man, she is pretty. Gold pearls just sparkling. Yeah, that's pretty close to that Rockstar Red color that Auto Air Colors made years ago that I really loved. They may have had a little bit bigger gold pearl in it. Yeah, she's looking pretty fine. So I'm gonna go up here and check it. I always check inconspicuous spots. It's ready for another coat. All right, guys, we're gonna check out real quick, make sure there ain't no buggies in there, and we're gonna give her probably another double coat. I'm gonna slow down a little bit and kind of watch, because when you're spraying this stuff, what you're doing is you're watching behind it. You're not watching in front or right here. What I'm watching is this area here. As I'm spraying, you want to keep it, you want it wet right here. When you leave it, you want it to stay wet looking. If you spray it dry, it's gonna look dry. So go slow enough to keep it just that wet edge going down through there, and that's what you want, to keep going over that wet edge like that. Sometimes you have to double coat it like that, because if you do load up and go too slow, it'll run. So if it helps you do the little double coat like that down and back up, it's not too much paint. These tips are very small. I'm probably 4 inches off the panel. I forgot to tell you that. That seems to be doing good. About this speed right here. Another trick is when you go off the panel, let off and start back with your clear before you come across the panel, just in case it spits. I'm gonna try to go back all the way over it one more time because it's about out. That's it, guys. That's pretty near much a whole can. It's gonna spit and sputter. All you're gonna do now is just make it look like garbage. If you keep with the spitting and sputtering that way, it'll have dry spots if you don't hit it while it's still wet. So that's pretty near done there, guys. So that's basically our paint job. We're gonna let her tack. I'm gonna finish showing you guys how to finish cleaning up this paint gun and put her back together. That way you learn a 2-in-1. I ain't gonna charge you no extra for these tips and tricks. All right, guys, while while that's out there tacking, and we're gonna let this out there marinate on its own, we're gonna come in here and we want to make sure we get all these crevasses real nice and orifice and all that stuff in here. Make sure there ain't no chunky monkeys in there. Tell you what, I may get my... One thing you need to be careful of doing this is get your needle out of there. You don't want to jam that gun down in there and bend your needle. So I'm going to use this spray away glass cleaner jug here. I do need to get a glove on. This acetone ain't no joke. Drop down the comments, guys, if you know of any good disposable paint gloves that holds up this stuff, because I need to start wearing this more, because anything that absorbs in your skin goes to your liver is what I've been told with this. And I'm pretty sure acetone and your liver is not a good combo. Just saying, guys. But this old junk just don't hold up to these paint gloves. Just fall apart because it just melts them. Clean that thing out really good. Throw it in here. Get your air cap here. We're gonna. I usually got my little my chip core brush. I'm gonna have to go find that. That works good to clean the exterior. But if you look in here, see that old red stuff, flaky stuff, you want all that out because it'll spit out in your paint job, especially when you're doing a white or a yellow or something like that, light color. That thing will spit right in the middle of the hood or something, and you got to redo the whole hood because of one little old mess. We'll get bulk off of this, then we'll get a clean towel. I'll work on this a little bit more. Yeah, the acetone seems to break down the... See all this paint right here? I never leave all that stuff on there. I can't stand to see a dirty paint gun. It just, to me, it makes you look like a sloppy painter. Don't mean you are one, it just makes you look like one. If your guns are nasty. Like I said, this gun here is probably 30 years old. And you can see how nice it is. I've kept it up. These are not cheap. I got it was used and it was in good shape. So I was like, well, I'm gonna keep it that way. I mean, I can clean back here at the back where it don't matter, but it does matter too, because a lot of times you can get paint trapped up in here and it builds up and it'll flake off in one of your paint jobs and do the same thing I was telling you before. So I'm gonna grab my chip core brush. I want to make sure she's good and clean so we can use her again. Here's a little old, what I call a chip core brush. I don't know, it's some old cheap brushes you get. Just gotta work them old bristles out every now and then because they'll get down in there. But now where my old one went, most of the bristles are gone out of it. Yeah, it works good just to get in all these little crevasses and stuff and areas you can't get nothing else into. Probably gonna let the gun soak a hair more. See, that thing look clean. Look at that junk still coming off in there. Gotta check these little bitty holes here. Hold them up to the light, make sure they're clear, the passages are clear. Do it one more time. And we're gonna call that good right there. All right, let me dunk the body back down in there real quick and slosh her around. And give her a good wiping down, drying off. Little Sada Jet 90. These guns now are ridiculous, guys. I'm not paying $1,000 for no paint gun. I'm sorry. Them new Harbor Freight Black Widows, I need to get mine out, but I know them things are good guns for the money. All right, next, your tip. Well, that's what I call it. Somebody may call it something there. Put your tip in and give her a little hooch. Quick little, ain't got to be much. Then your needle goes in. Because if you put the needle in first and crank it down, sometimes you can mess it up. Then you get your adjuster screw, and we go ahead and adjust this. That's why I never show you when I'm painting adjusting this thing. I pull that thing all the way in, back that screw out, and run it in until I feel it hit that, and then probably about a half turn, lock that down. Put your air cap on, air horn, whatever you call this thing. This is a 1.4 tip. I can't remember if I told you. Get that good and straight on there. Double check this unit right here, make sure all that's good and clean. I'm gonna give it one more quick bath, especially up in here. Probably gonna hammer and dial that thing down, see if it works better, but we may just change over to the PPS or whatever they call it. Let's clean this off. That grooved, and we'll put this on and tape the lid on upside down. Of course, this thing bent, it really don't matter, but it's just a good practice. We'll just put it on like that. Now let's go out there and check that thing. We'll come back and do this. See how our custom Rustoleum Turbo Sunrise Red clear coated paint job is. Alright guys, she is looking fine, so fine. Look at that thing. Painted out here in the wilderness. Got some bugs in it. We'll see if they'll blast off. Don't blast your bugs off unless your clear's dry, and this is one way to tell. Clear dry. Get it at an angle, don't shoot straight on. We may have to cut him out. Anywho, so look at that, guys. Good gracious alive, that pearl. Now that looks good. Mixing it in the paint does a whole lot better job. It accents everything. It just sparkles on around. You may have to turn it around some. Sometimes that sun is too bright. Look at that. Yeah, we'll have to cut him out. He just got too deep down in there. But look how slick that thing is, guys. It's no peel in it. Very little peel, if any. A light nibbing and just barely cutting the buff out one's gonna make it nice. Now, old buggy bug here, he might have made our day worse, but we ain't gonna worry about it today. We'll worry about it next week if we decide to cut and buff it. Y'all let me know down below. But check it out. All right, look right in there, boy. Whew. That stuff be popping right there. Good gravy alive. That thing will spin around, but it don't look bad. Let's take it over here in the shade and see how it looks. Over here in the shadows. You get it in the shadows, she looks like regular old red. We're gonna throw a light on this thing. But check out that pearl in there. Bow, 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 bow. That stuff is just popping off. I hope it's stuff showing up on there. It looks good. Get down here on these rolls and stuff, it pops real good, but it's not obnoxious. Like I said, you get up here to where the sun's hitting it. Man. So we're gonna let her bake a little bit. Like I said, she's dry, but looks good, guys. What do y'all think? 1 can of 2K clear and a half a turbo, basically. But it was in the spray gun, so I didn't use it near as much. And I guess that was the Lord telling me that he knocked it off the shelf, so I'd have to do that through the spray gun. I really liked it through the spray gun, so it took about 10-11 ounces to paint that door, 3 coats. 3 teaspoons of pearl. So guys, what did y'all think about that? That was pretty neat. Is there any other idea? Y'all keep dropping stuff, I write them down, so we're trying to get to all of them. But this pearl stuff's pretty fun. I like doing it. I got some paint huffer metal flake. If y'all like to see some bass boat lowrider style metal flake jobs or anything shot on these things, let me know. I like to play with it. I like more of the custom side of it. I've got a ton of videos on how to do like the regular stuff to get y'all to it, but I'll tell you guys, once y'all start doing this custom stuff, it's really fun because you get to express yourself on it. Just make it look really good. Because if we lay some flames, yellow and orange flames on top of that, whew, should look good. All right, guys, as promised, Super clean giveaway. They're gonna ship it right to your house. You must have an American address only. They're not gonna ship overseas. Sorry guys, that's the rules they give me, but that's what they're gonna do. So what you have to do is just a couple little things, and I'm gonna write them down right here. It's easy. Don't none of this cost y'all anything. So number one, you need to subscribe to my channel. Sub to the channel. That's free. Don't cost you nothing. Number two is give the old hit that heart button and the thumbs up button. Don't know how to draw a thumbs up. Okay, we'll call that a thumbs up. How you like it? That looks like a thumbs up. All this is free. This is just little stuff. Subscribe, like it, heart it, whatever you want to call it, thumbs up it. Number three for Dale here is comment this: I want super clean. That's what you just comment that. And if you want a little bonus here, now this is on mobile only, sell only. They got a thing called a hype button. They giving us all kinds of stuff to do. Hit that hype button. It gives us points. It don't cost you. All this, every bit of this is free. Free. Every bit of it. But on a cell phone, you can hit the hype button. It helps push us out in front of us. If you want to help us out, just do that. But these main three here, sub it, like it, thumbs up it, and then comment, I want super clean. That's not that hard. And all it's doing, guys, it's just helping us out to move us up. It's the stuff that we have to do. I wouldn't ask you to do it if it didn't help the channel, but it really does help. Subscribing, liking, sharing, all that stuff. If you do that, it helps. And the comments help too. So just put on there, I want super clean. And what we're gonna do next Friday, we're gonna get all the comments this week up till Thursday night of next week, and we're gonna put them in one of random things and hit the button. It's gonna pop a username. So you have to have a YouTube account, which is free also, and your little name, whatever it is, Jim Bob whatever 43 44 or something. That's what I'm gonna have. And so if the random generator hits your Jim Bob 4043, whatever your name is on that account, it's gonna hit that. I'm gonna announce that next Friday in next Friday's video, and then y'all go email me your address, and Super Clean will ship it right to your door, and you'll have you some free super rad cleaning products. All right guys, thank y'all so very much for buying the Shakemaster 4000s and the t-shirts and hats and all this. Y'all really help us out so we can keep buying this stuff, because I'm gonna tell you guys, even though we're on the lower end buying paint stuff, it's still expensive. I have to buy a lot of it, but by you guys watching, sharing, liking all that stuff, buying and support the channel, we can keep doing this rad stuff. Like I said, keep dropping the comments down what you want, and remember, be kind to one another. Jesus loves you, so do we. God bless. We gone.